Thank you for joining me. I'm your host, Robert Kraft, editor-in-chief of StockNewsNow.com. Today we are doing an SNN Live newscast with David Brody, founder and chairman of XTI Aircraft Company. We are speaking with him via Skype from his headquarters near Denver, Colorado. XTI Aircraft Company is a private company. David, welcome to the program.
Thanks, Robert. Great to be here.
It's great to have you on. So to start, for our audience, let's get a brief overview of XTI Aircraft Company.
Sure. XTI is developing the world's first commercial vertical takeoff airplane. This is a 6-seat airplane that we call the TriFan 600. And the aircraft doesn't just go a little faster or a little farther than other airplanes. It'll have the speed, range, and comfort of a business jet and will take off and land vertically like a helicopter. This will save owners and passengers hundreds of hours a year because they'll be able to avoid traveling on the ground to and from airports. That's the whole point. You don't need an airport or runway. Instead, you can use the thousands of places around the world where it's safe and legal to land and take off vertically, driveways and other paved surfaces, the 3,200 helipads in the U.S., job sites, golf courses, and many other locations.
And who's your target market for these aircrafts?
The primary initial market is the corporate jet and corporate executive market globally, which is a huge market. And we've done extensive market studies which prove there's a very large potential market and there'll be a strong demand for the TriFan.
And then and who's running the company? I'm gonna take a guess you're definitely part of that equation.
Yeah, as you said, I'm the chairman and founder, but we have a terrific core management team that consists of aviation industry executives and engineers with decades of experience successfully designing, manufacturing, marketing, and also getting FAA certifications for new aircraft. And this includes people like our CEO, Charlie Johnson, who's the former president of Cessna, one of the most experienced and respected executives in the aviation industry, and our chief engineer, Dennis Olcott, a brilliant aerospace engineer.
And what are, we spoke I'd say a few months ago, and I'm very curious about if there's any new developments at XTI since our last interview.
Yes, there are. We're now working with Honeywell Aerospace, an $88 billion company, and Scion Aviation, and they're experts in flight controls and composites, and they're the key vendors for our first prototype, which we're working on. We're excited to have Honeywell and Scion involved because they understand the impact that the TriFan will have on the future of air travel.
And can you explain how XTI is raising the money in order to develop the airplane?
Yeah, we have two simultaneous efforts ongoing. First is our equity crowdfunding campaign, where anyone, accredited and unaccredited investors, including non-U.S. citizens, can buy shares of XTI for $1 a share online. We also have a separate financing for a Series B round, and that's for accredited investors only, and that's a convertible note that matures in 2 years.
And how much is the company raising, and what are you guys applying the proceeds to?
Our main focus right now is that first prototype that I mentioned. We're raising $15 million through the equity crowdfunding and the Series B round. With that amount raised over the next year or so, we will build and fly our first piloted prototype in just 2 years from now. And this will be a major milestone and will validate our engineering, and we think will have a major positive impact on the company's valuation and, of course, will benefit all shareholders.
And then, and what does an investor receive in return on his or her investment?
Right. Each investor will receive common stock in XTI or convert into common stock under the Series B note. The same as company management, because XTI only has one class of stock.
And what is the investors and XTI's exit strategy?
We plan to provide liquidity for our shareholders by creating a secondary over-the-counter market for the shares purchased in the equity crowdfunding round, and that'll enable stockholders to buy and sell XTI shares in the open market.
So, David, does XTI have patent protection?
Yeah, Robert, we have one patent that's already been issued, and we have several others that are pending as well as years of proprietary engineering data and other IP.
And where can somebody find more information on how to invest in XTI?
For the Regulation A plus equity crowdfunding, you go to startengine/XTI. That's the website. And then for the accredited investors who are interested in our Series B round, we ask you to please contact John Leo at Primary Capital in New York City at 212-300-0060.
So, David, as we wrap up here, is there any further comments you'd like to make regarding XTI?
Yeah, Robert, thank you. I would just like to say that the TriFan 600 will play a major role in the future of air travel as the world enters a new era of flight. And XTI invites you and everyone to be a part of this transformation and to invest at this early stage in our game-changing aircraft.
David, where can our audience go and find more information about XTI Aircraft Company?
For the Reg A Plus crowdfunding, they go to startengine/XTI. And for information about the company, you go to the XTIaircraft.com website.
David, thank you so much for joining me today on this SNN Live newscast. Again, I'm with David Brody, the founder and chairman of XTI Aircraft Company. Again, thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Robert. Great to be here.
Thank you.